Hey Trel, taking a step back real quick. You got caught up in the justice system when you was at a certain age, which means you got a felony. I want to skip all the way past that. I mean, matter of fact, I'm gonna be real transparent with this question. I like the young rapper from Alabama, Honeycomb Brazy. I like that nigga music. I think he talk about the
Yeah, a lot of homies got good things to say about Honeycomb Brazy. They say when he was out the feds, he was standing on business.
Oh, I ain't know that. You hipping me to something. I ain't know that. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I got a nigga from my hood, Frank White, aka Frankie from East Street. Everybody know Frankie. He was out the feds with Brazy, so he gave me a lot of. He had nothing but good things to say about Brazy.
All right, for the people that don't know, I want to get into this 922G, this felon in possession. You caught this child, so
I caught 922G.
that's exactly what he's facing right now. So for the people who don't know,
Yeah, some homie was in the feds with Brazy. One of my good men that's from East Street, Frankie, aka Frank White. Everybody know Frankie from East Street. He go by Frankie 444 or Frank White. Excuse me. He was out the feds with Brazy. He had nothing but good things to say about Brazy.
yeah. So shout out to Brazy. I like him. Matter of fact, I've been I know the platform that I built for the homies is DC Blacks. But for real, bro, I support the struggle and anybody to stand on 10. Just like if we was in the feds, you just said the homie, shout out to the homie Frank White. You just said the homies was messing with him. Just like I bought a people wonder why all of a sudden I got on BG line. When BG was in, he was in pictures with the homies and I was shouting them out. So it's only right that I get on his line after the fact. But going to the
Absolutely.
crazy situation, right? You caught a 922G. So basically, he's at a level in his career and in his life where you have already, he could actually, and some other people can actually learn from this. So take me through, you ain't got to take me through all the, what happened with him, wherever you want to go, but you caught the 922G, and just like him, I don't think you knew what was coming in. So how was your experience when you first caught the charge the first time?
Um, well, I was looking at a standpoint from where I wanted to know whether my DNA and fingerprints was on the weapon. I wanted to know, basically, I wanted to see what the government had so I can determine what lane I'm gonna choose. And when I say lane, whether I'm copping or whether I'm going to trial.
What your defense is?
You know, yeah. So that's just how I felt about it. Once I found out that the feds will be picking it up, I knew that I knew that the prosecutors and the DA in Washington, D.C. wanted to give me more time. Like I said, they had subpoenaed me for a murder and they was trying to get me on a murder, but they couldn't. So the lady told me she cut the cam. This is the truth. I don't remember her name. She was a white lady. She cut the cameras off and cut the recording off and told me that, you know what? I'm gonna see to it that I get you as much time as possible. That's how I wound up getting rebooked for my knife and my cell phone. I got rebooked for all that. You know what I'm saying? Because she told me I can't get you on this. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to get you as much time as possible. So I don't even want the gun. I'm gonna turn it over to the feds because the feds can give you more time than I'm allowed to give you. So that's what she tried to do.
Yeah, so for real, that lead into what I'm saying, and even with Brazy, a lot of people don't understand. Sometimes they want you for other things. So when the feds step in, they gonna bust you. And while we on this topic too, Trel, this the same charge, 922G that Boosie got in San Diego. You know that?
Mhm. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know Boosie gun charge was federal out California. I didn't know that.
It's federal now. They San Diego grabbed him. They did him like you did him, but they let him go. I mean, they did him like
Mhm.
they did you, but they let him
Right.
go. Yeah, San Diego locked
Mhm.
him up. I ain't gonna go all the way back into his whole case. If somebody want me to, I'd do it differently. But I'm trying to get Trail opinion. But Boosie got locked up by San Diego PD. Okay, he went to a state court, like if you went to Upper Marlboro. Okay,
Right.
San Diego court released him on bond after a certain amount of procedures in the courtroom. He got out on bond. He came back to court, state court. They dismissed his, and as he walked out the court building, the feds say no, we picking you up. They held him. He made a $50,000 bond. Now he's out on 922G. That's his quick. That's the quick background on him. So I'm telling you, he got the same charge you got. Brazy got same thing. All right, boom. Now When did you know that your charge wasn't local? Oh, my bad. And they let Boosie go. They held you because they had other things for you. The only difference in Boosie's situation and your situation is they held you. You end up getting convicted and going to prison. That's the only difference in you and Boosie. Boosie is out now. We don't know. I mean,
Right.
a lot knows.
And just not to cut you off, just for the people who wondering how come, well, Trel, Brazy, I mean, well, Boosie got a bond for this 922G. How come you didn't? I was already on probation for a gun in Washington, D.C. I was on probation for a gun in PG County, Maryland. And I was on probation in Virginia for a DUI and possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute. I was on probation in 3 different jurisdictions. They could not give me a bond because it was no way.
So, and remember, at this time when Boosie caught the case, I'm glad you brought that up. Boosie was all the way clean. He was off of the shit that he had for the murder and the 4 years and all the other shit.
Yeah, he was off papers.
Clean. That's the only reason the feds even let him back out. But for you,
right,
while you was in jail, they did what is called basically a waiver to federal court. The feds picked it up. That's what we say in the streets. So you was in jail and they told you, okay, boom, we picking yours up. For example, for people who don't know, Brazy was in his local jail. They grabbed him, booked him, took him somewhere else, wherever they hold the federal people there. So for you, how was that process for you in our area? Your jump going from local to federal. What did they do to you?
Okay, so I was locked up during COVID. So what happened was, here's the first red flag of when I knew the feds was picking it up. COVID was going around, right? And before, like a couple days before you have a court date, a couple days before you're entitled to leave the building, they have to do a COVID test on you. So they called me up to medical to do a COVID test. And I said, why y'all doing a COVID test? My court date, this is around October. My court date ain't till February. Why y'all doing a COVID test on me in October? Now, luckily, I had an aunt who I'm not going to say her name, but she no longer works at DC jail. She was working at medical that day. I said, why they doing a COVID test on me? She said, you must have got a court date coming up. I said, no, I don't got court. Court ain't till February. She said, you're not listening. Winking her eye, you must have got a court date coming up, meaning, nigga, something new coming up. They about to rebook you on an old charge or something. So I knew I had this sneaky little fake murder charge over my head, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I say, okay, bet, whatever, it is what it is. So they do the COVID test. A week later, they come wake me up. They say, Reeves, you got caught. I said, I don't have court, man. I don't go to court till February. Say, Reeves, you got caught. I don't know what to tell you. Get dressed. We got to dress you up for court. I say, all right, cool. Now, you know me, a lot of COs fuck me. I get downstairs. They put me in the holding tank where all these dudes is being transferred out to the feds. So I'm like, why am I in this holding tank? For those who don't know, in DC jail, when you about to go to court, they got a holding cell at the bottom of the jail for if you're going to Superior Court. They got a holding cell if you're going to District Court. And then they got a holding cell if you're going to the feds. They put me in the going to the feds holding court joint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? One of the COs, good dude, I ain't gonna say his name. He must have either been told a lie or he must have lied to me on purpose because he didn't want to let me know what was going on. He said, man, you got a child support case going on, man. You know what you about to go to court for. I said, all right, so boom, I let my, I could breathe now. You know what I'm saying? Damn, they about to take me to court for some child support shit. All right, bet. Because over the jail, you do know child support cases just pop up. Like, you don't get no fair warning about them. You could get woke up on any morning for child support case. So what happened was they drove to the federal court building in Greenbelt and they dropped all them dudes off for court. So when I go to get off the van, the driver said, "Hold, Reeves, stop. You ain't going to court yet." I said, "Man, what you talking about, man? They just said I got a child support case or something. I'm on a federal court van. Everybody right here about to go to court. Where am I going?" They said, "Man, you getting transferred, man. You getting transferred to Baltimore. You getting transferred to the Supermax, which is called Chesapeake Detention Facility." Well, that's a federal holding detention facility. And that's when I knew the feds had picked my gun up.
Right. So that's what happened. That's what Brazy is going through for right this minute. Like a lot of people don't understand where they moved him. It was just like what you went through. And get into what I wanted to ask you pertaining to him. It's like a lot of people love, say You know how the internet is, bro. Oh, he dumb, he
Yeah.
this, he that, you
I
know.
hate the internet, by the way, not to cut you off, but go ahead.
Nah, for real. Cause I mean, that's crazy. That's why I'm asking her. So now you're saying he dummy this and that. You know, we understand that it's dangerous out here, and I even mentioned that. Like, I ain't gonna clown nobody about having no weapon to protect themselves. It ain't like he was out here doing nothing like that. But in his situation right there, right, him just coming home, what do you think he could have done to, protect himself from this jam right here? How you moving now to protect yourself from what he just went through? Because we gotta be safe. A lot of people don't like to say, they want to say stay dangerous or whatever. I ain't getting into the lingo
Right.
to speak, but Trel, you gotta make sure you make it home to your loved ones at night. So how do you move
By
now?
any,
That's gonna lead me into what I'm asking you about
by
him.
any means necessary. So let me say two things. One, um, we all got homies, right? I'd be lying too if I told you every last one of my homies is felons. That's not the case. So I'm the type of friend where, hey, I just came home from all these gun charges. I just left the feds and all that. Everybody who not a felon, I got the man who can get y'all gun license and make sure y'all carry and register firearms. Boom, let's start there. Everybody, call my man. Let's go get registered. Let's get legal licenses to carry these firearms. That's number one. Number two, when I'm going to do a public event that pertains to rap music business, I'm taking my hired armed security. And then when you hire these armed securities, because I heard about Brazy incident and it's very unfortunate. I'm under the impression, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what's on the internet. I'm under the impression that Brazy hired two armed securities, but he didn't check their legal paperwork, which you have to check because if you paying them, this can go as a tax write-off. So if you paying them and you want your money back, do the proper paperwork. I'm under the impression that he hired two armed securities and that these guys never had a legal LLC licensed security business. So basically what he did was he hired two guys who were actually felons and wasn't real securities. So when the police pulled him over, to his surprise, nobody wanted to take the gun charge. We all felons in here. And that's where he went wrong and he didn't check the proper paperwork. So if you asking me a question like that, one, I want to make sure that all my homies, friends, females included, my partner, license to carry. You know what I'm saying? Like everything got to be right. You feel me? Your armed security who accompany you to these public events that pertain to music, they got to be licensed to carry. Because guess what? We got to fly to some of these events. Your security got to be able to put their weapon under the plane. If you're not licensed, there's no way you getting your weapon on that plane. It's done. If you don't provide that proper paperwork, they're not putting your weapon on that plane. So I think that's where he went wrong is that
Hey,
he
Trey, let
didn't
me ask you this though. Now this is a topic. This probably a good topic, man. Some other youngins may need to know this. And I mean, and I didn't know this was an issue. Like, I done traveled with man. Shout out to my man, rest in peace, MDM, man. They still coming. Shout out to Young Jose and them, man. They was doing their thing. And
Yes,
every time I've been with them, man, AR-15s, choppers, all type of shit, they was licensed
license.
according to me. Now you bringing up this topic and this Honeycomb situation is making it issue. You already knew that you needed to check. Like I never checked. Like when we went to Atlanta, my man turned me on to a dude. We did just pay, bro, and they bought the shit out and came around with us. But I never checked nothing. You saying you already knew this?
No, that's not something that I already knew.
Oh,
But
okay.
when I came, so look, when I came home, because I'm gonna keep it real, I caught two gun charges and I was still riding around strapped up Trump tight. You know what I'm saying? After my my third one is the one that the feds picked up. I told myself when I come home, I'm checking these niggas' credentials. You got to prove to me that you licensed because now I'm literally taking the gun out my hands now. So now that I'm putting my life in your hands, one, I need to know that you licensed to carry and that you license and that you legal. Two, I need to see that, I need to be around you and know that you're gonna really bust that iron. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be a licensed security guard and all that. I forgot what situation. Oh, rest in peace, King Von. King Von was with licensed security, licensed to carry, LLC. They were real security guards. But when the shots went off, they ran. They didn't protect them. His security guards ran. And this came out of my homie Brazy mouth. This came out of Brazy mouth. His hired licensed armed security ran. And that's what I'm saying. These security guards, they got family too. They got wife, kids, and all that. They'll sit up in your face, laugh, smile, eat, drink, play, take your money, pay their bills, buy their kids stuff and all that. But when the shit hit the fan, they're going to run. So the people that you hire, you need to know that they're going to stand and work and bust that iron. These people got to be battle tested, man. You can't just say, oh, man, he top of the line. Yeah, I heard he worked for Drake. Lil Wayne, I heard he did Travis Scott security. Man, he did this person security. Now, is he going to bust that iron, though? Because a lot of these dudes just take your money and when shit hit the fan, they're going to run. They're going to tuck their tail.
So if they ain't licensed to
They
carry, right? So if they ain't licensed to carry, then Trel, like if they on a rap level, like you know, you and Honey Komb and these other people that's really rappers, right? That's really in this business, then they really not even the security that you even need to be talking to if they ain't licensed. Then, I mean, from what you saying,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. They need to be battle tested. You got to check these people reviews, man. You got to know that these dudes is going to stand on business, man, because you got to protect my life. So I hate to put it like this. You got to protect my life with your life. You the one got the vest. You the one got the gun. I ain't got, I mean, well, it ain't illegal for a felon to wear a vest. So I could put on a vest, but damn it, I ain't about to walk around with no motherfucking vest on. Vests is big as shit. They heavy, they hot. Oh, if anybody know whoever actually wore a vest, the motherfuckers is heavy, they big, they hot and all that. Like, I never even understood the little trend of people wearing fake vests to look like that shit is goofy to me. You know what I'm saying? You got the bulletproof vest, you got the gun. You got to protect my life with your life. So I need to know is you going to bust that iron. Because a lot of these dudes will take your money, and when shit hit the fan, they're going to get up out of there on you. That's the same thing happened to my homie Chief Keef in New Jersey a long time ago. He trusted the security, and when them dudes try to run up on him and take his chain, security ran. That's how the whole song came. I'm riding through New York, finna go to blow New Jersey up. That's how that song came about, because the security ran on him.
Yeah. I ain't know that. I ain't know that. Brazy. So Brazy, you know, I asked you all that to get into this because me and you done had these law conversations, and I mean, and now you know the law too, bro. Now you're a dude. You could walk around the law library. God forbid that you had to. I mean, I heard you talking to phones. Like phones can get some shit from you now. He could get some shit from you.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I used to be against the law. I used to be against the law library, but once I seen that I couldn't pay my way out, you know, I caught a lot of charges, man, where I paid my way out. I paid a lawyer and, man, I got out. Once I figured out these people don't want my money and they want my time, oh, I'm going to the law library. I'm no longer leaving all this up to my lawyer. I'm going to help my lawyer.
Yeah.
A lot of motions my lawyers filed and all that, I found that shit myself at the law library.
You got to put you first. So Brazy, right? Me and you had some legal conversations, and I had some conversations with some other people. So now we all know that you had a 922G. That's what he's facing right now. Me and you had a discussion on how he could, you know, basically beat it. Now we done already gave the people the understanding of licensed security, legit security. Let's just say legit security. You know what if they all the way legit, they already licensed. So I just want to make that clear for to cover the whole topic of it though. So how do you think that he can beat this case? And man, I had my opinion, you had your opinion. So how do you think that, you know, he should not beat it? You know, I don't want to use that word for people to think you can beat it. What do you think his defense should be?
His defense should be that the government has to prove that he knowingly intended to possess that firearm. You have to prove that I knew that this weapon was in the car and that I was willing to possess it. You feel me? Because, for example, let's say this. Let's say you pull Brazy over with his 2 licensed armed security guards. Let's say you find a firearm on one security guard 1, and you find a firearm on security guard 2, but you find a 3rd firearm in the car. Now it's up to the government to go and, you know, they're going to go in cell phones and They're gonna interview witnesses. They're gonna do everything in their power to take
They
Honeycomb
going in
Brazy
that
down.
phone.
Yeah, he a real street nigga, and he getting some money, and the youth is listening to him. So first thing first, the crackers don't want that. First thing first, you know what I'm saying? They have to knowingly prove that he intended to possess that firearm. That's why I tell these dudes, stop taking pictures with y'all guns. Stop showing your man, yeah, man, I just got this new joint. Man, look at my joint. Yeah, I just got this joint. All that, stop doing that, man. Anything that you record in these devices, whether you delete it or not, you can delete it out your iCloud. You can delete this shit from, I hate that app, WhatsApp. Everybody believe that, oh man, WhatsApp, you could talk to people all around the world on WhatsApp. Once it's deleted. No, once these people contact Apple, the company Apple gonna work with the government. They ain't criminals. They run an illegal company. They selling cell phones. What you want to know, man? We need to know everything that Montreal Reeves deleted out this 305 cell phone number. Apple gonna turn over all that paperwork, man. Anything you ever deleted, anything you ever said, is coming back up. Nothing is
Hey,
never ever deleted.
let me stamp what you're saying. What you talking about, the actual word that they use in court, I just was in my man trial. And they go to the deliberation in like 3-4 days. It's called a data preservation request. The police or the feds get in contact with the corporation, which is Apple and WhatsApp. Both corporations will be contacted, and they put in what's called a data preservation request. So that means everything that's deleted just goes to a cloud, so to speak. Don't quote me on cloud. Something like a cloud, and they preserve it for a certain time with a subpoena, and it's held there. They can't do it for everything, but if they investigate me and Trel from August to December of 2019, anything that they can still find, if they could put a data request, a data preservation request in it, is locked in. That's just so people know that he ain't just talking. That's the real name of it. Data preservation request. And that come from the police. But going back to Brazy, you were saying how he could defend himself. So now you're saying he don't know that they not licensed. Go back there.
Yeah, he don't know that these dudes, hey, listen, man, this is my defense. I hired these two dudes as my security guards, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, Mr. Brazy, did you know that these two guys are actually felons and that they're not licensed security guards? Absolutely not. Here's proof that I paid them. Here's proof that I hired them. This is how much I paid them. This is the event that I told them to protect me on. This is the day. Here you go, right here. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people go, I don't care what nobody got to say. Like, law is law. Listen, I hired y'all to do a job. Y'all lied to y'all really finesse me. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm looking like a fucking fool. I'm back locked up again. I'm missing out on money. They about to confiscate a lot of shit. They about to stop a lot of things from
You've
happening.
been through that, right?
Absolutely. The record labels look at you like, man, you fuck up, Damn, we like to sell music about this shit, but we don't want, technically these record labels don't really want real niggas. You know what I'm saying? When they stumble up on a real nigga, it's great for them because they make a lot of money. But when you actually out here really living like how you talking, they don't want that. You're a liability. You feel me? I can't present you to a concert. I can't have you perform at Capital One Arena because you're in prison. Yeah, it's great that you really about it and you make great music, but while you in prison, I can't have 20,000 people come to Capital One and watch you perform because you're in prison. You losing them people money. You know what I'm saying? And when you losing them people money, you losing money. When you losing money, your kids lose meals. They lose coats, shoes, socks, drawers, food. It's business. You know what I'm saying? So everything got to be handled correctly.
So you think, man, Honeycomb could come out of this situation? I ain't gonna say on top. I don't like to use that word, but do you think he could come out of this situation and be able to learn from it and get back to this buzz he had? I think he had a strong buzz. You think he could deal with this situation, put a defense up and get right back in the seat?
He got a great chance to beat it. And here's why. Number one, you go to trial, you go with your defense. You don't feel bad about going to trial, you state the facts. And here's why you don't feel bad about stating the facts. when them niggas who is felons lied to you and told you that they had a legal security company and they took your money, they thought they was finessing you in the first place.
And it's part of his case that the driver had on a vest that said security. So it ain't nothing he making up or he interjecting. A part of the arrest, part of the police report said the driver had a joint that said such and such on it. It's already a part of the defense you talking about is a part of the arrest.
Listen, it come a time where you got to be a man. You got to think about yourself, your mother, your kids, your family, and all that. Listen to what I'm saying. I hired these dudes as armed security. Now that we all locked up, I'm just now finding out from behind bars. I just found out from my mother, my sister, whatever. Man, them niggas you was with, man, them niggas wasn't even real security, man. Them niggas is felons. They whole company is a lie. You paid them niggas for nothing. Okay, y'all finesse me. Y'all took my money, man. Y'all wanted to ride around with Brazy, got paid, and we look sweet. Shit, we Brazy security. We look, okay, y'all finesse me, man. So y'all was saying, fuck me from the beginning off the rip. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go to trial now. My only defense is that, hey, these guns is not mine. I hired a security crew. It's just that the security crew wasn't real. That's not on me. It's not on me. You know what I'm saying? I came out from jail. I'm a felon. I know that I can't knowingly carry a firearm. And anybody who worked for me, I guarantee you those security knew who they was working for. They knew who they was working for because guess what? If you hire Tom, Dick, and Harry, I mean, if Tom, Dick, and Harry is a rapper and they ain't felons and them niggas, they got their own gun license, they don't need no security. I'm carrying my own firearm. I'm licensed to carry. I ain't no felon. I got my own straps. Fuck, I need security for, nigga. We ain't fellas and we Trump tight. And I don't want to trust no security with my life anyway. So I'd rather tote my own shit anyway. But they knew Brazy was a felon. Everybody knew Brazy just came home from the feds. Just like Finesse 2 times. Everybody knew he just came home from the feds. So when this man is hiring me because he can't protect himself legally. So when you agreed and you took that man money, you was trying to finesse that man in the first place. And you got over with it. You finessed him. You took his money because you did the work that night. So now he just got to go to truth. I mean, he got to go to trial and tell the truth and keep it real. If I was Honeycomb Brazy, and my last message to Honeycomb Brazy, being a nigga who fought the same charge that he about to fight right now, is this. He created a lot of music. He recorded songs while he was home and shot videos. Stay on that phone over to jail with your team. Make sure they doing the proper push outs and releases for your music and your videos. That's number one. Number two, you know you came home and did the right thing. You went and hired a company, whatever. The company wasn't who they said they was, whatever. You take your case to trial, man, because the people try to finesse you out your money and they knew they wasn't right. They could have easily pointed you into a legal direction, but instead they chose to take your money, buy vests and all the security badges and all, do all that shit, because you know you could get all that shit off Amazon. They bought all that shit and dressed up like real security guards, and they wasn't. And now it's showing. So keep your honor and integrity intact. I got some good men who say he ain't a rat. They know he ain't a rat. You know you ain't a rat. Take your case to trial. Hire the best attorney that you can. Spend that bread. Go to trial, and you know present the jury. You know the jury is going to be. I don't necessarily like to call them people a jury of my peers, because if I go to trial and 8 of the jurors is white, it's not a jury of my peers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never agree to that part of the government. But go to trial and present your the jury with your evidence, man. Hey, here's what I did to do the right thing, and here's why I'm not in the wrong for being in a car with a firearm.
Yeah, I think you said that. Matter of fact, I don't need to add nothing to that advice right there. I think that's the best advice you could give. Not just Honeycomb. Shout out to Honeycomb, man. Hope we come out of that. But any of these young homies that we got here, because you know, and not to take nothing away from nobody, man. Every city got them. But you know, a lot of our young rappers, bro, is what you was at 15 and 16. So they got a couple steps before they even get to this level that Honeycomb at to have to make these decisions. But I think I like him. And but I really like, and you could be an example of it, that you can be from the streets, bro, and still do this rap shit, but you got to learn and you got to move right. And I think that's the best note that we could really end on right there, Top Soldier.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, man, you know, once you get into this rap world, or you say, hey, I want to take the route into this rap world, you could be from the streets, but also be willing to give yourself the knowledge of what goes on in this world. Actually want to know. And I can relate, because when I was young, I didn't want to know. Like I said, I wanted to rap, I wanted the jewelry, the cars, the clothes, and the hoes, and the money. That's all I wanted. But now that I'm older, I could tell young rappers and young niggas coming up, all the youngest from the city, or Maryland or Virginia. You know, I'm a DC nigga, but I rep the DMV. All y'all, do the research. Figure out what you're getting into. Do you want to play these games with these high-powered lawyers and these high-powered record labels? Do your research, man. You know what I'm saying? Get into it.